Atheists just hate God, and that's why they won't believe. Christians say this all the time, and every time they do, they lose the argument before it even starts. And here's why. Christians understand God to be all-loving and all-powerful, and the idea that someone could not believe in that God is inconceivable. If God is maximally good and maximally powerful, why wouldn't someone want to believe? Now, I understand where this intuition comes from, but it just doesn't work. Well, actually, it does work if your goal is making you feel better about yourself. But if you're trying to reach atheists, all I can say is good luck with that, because this is not a good argument. Actually, it isn't really an argument at all. It's what's called an assertion without evidence. Man sees the outward appearance and God sees the heart. Spend less time guessing what's in an atheist's heart and just more time getting to know them. All right. Here's why the argument that atheists just hate God and that's why they don't believe is a terrible argument. To start, it's the intellectual equivalent to the atheist assertion that Christians believe in God only because they lack critical thinking skills or are stupid. Do some Christians lack critical thinking? Are some Christians stupid? Obviously. But it doesn't follow that all Christians are stupid. Not by a long shot. Are some atheists angry at and hate God? Yeah, obviously. Likewise, however, it doesn't follow that all atheists hate God. Now, I've heard this phrase. It's a cute phrase. I've used it a few times, but atheists don't believe in God and they hate him. You know, it's clever. It's rhetorically effective, but it has a glaring issue. It's a sweeping generalization. It lumps millions of people into one emotional stereotype. Not only does it reduce and dismiss legitimate arguments and critiques, it actually hurts evangelism. And it hurts evangelism in a few different ways. People are unlikely to hear anything else that you say once they realize that you don't care why they believe what they believe. It's probably the same for you as well. Lazy accusations weaken your credibility. When people feel mischaracterized, they shut you out. That's basic psychology. If you want atheists to hear you, take the time to understand them. It might require a lot of patience, but hey, look, that's dealing with people. Now, if you've met an angry atheist, it's possible that you've met someone who's been hurt by the church more broadly and by Christians in particular. Anger is often downstream from pain. That was absolutely relevant to me when I was an atheist, and it honestly sucked how many Christians took my anger as hostility and refused to question things deeper. Now, I'm not saying it's easy. I certainly didn't make things easy. I was an angry atheist and I was a jackass. Fortunately for me, there were Christians in my life who took the time to ask why I was angry, and they learned how I'd been hurt and even agreed that I'd been done dirty. That went a long ways for me. And some of my best friends today are the ones who had enough charity to look past my rage and acknowledge that I had good reasons to be angry. I know it's a cliché, but you really don't know someone's story unless you take the time to know. I'm not saying that we should take verbal abuse on the chin. When I was an atheist, I was verbally abusive at times. If atheists in your online or personal life are completely unreachable and will only respond with insults or rage whenever God is brought up, I just move on. Just let your outward actions and speech speak for the hope that you have in God. Let me know what you think in the comments. I want to see the church get better at communicating through disagreements, not only with atheists or secularists, but also other Christians. I think that we make a better world and a better culture if we're able to talk to each other. You all have a great day, and I'll see you in the next one.